My ex demanded a 30% child support increase after 9 years of perfect payments. When I asked for an audit, she called me a monster in public. 2 weeks later, a DNA report hit my phone and ended the argument. 0% probability. For 9 years, I paid on time, every month, no excuses. I showed up for birthdays even when I wasn't welcome. I rearranged work for school pickups when she forgot. I lived small while half my paycheck vanished on the first. She still told people I was the villain from the divorce. She just skipped over the affairs and the lies that led to it. I didn't fight her hard because I wanted my kids stable, and I swallowed a lot to keep the peace. Then her lawyer sent the letter. Inflation, rising costs, my salary went up, pay 30% more. She didn't have steady work, but she never seemed broke. My kid had worn out shoes. She had new things, so I asked for transparency, receipts, a breakdown, proof the money was actually for him. She exploded. You're controlling. You're punishing me. You're weaponizing money against our child. I met her at a coffee shop with a folder of 9 years of payments. I slid it across the table. I'm not trying to hurt you. I just want an audit. She didn't open it. She just said, you always need control. I stared at her and finally said the thought I'd buried for years. I need a DNA test. She laughed, stood up and made it a show. Her chair scraped, heads turned. Then she yelled, you're a monster, like she wanted witnesses. She walked out and left me sitting there with my folder and a question I couldn't unask. Her lawyer agreed to the test if I kept paying and covered the cost. I did. At the clinic, my kid swabbed his cheek like it was nothing. He looked at me like I'd lost my mind. The results came 2 weeks later while I sat in my car outside a grocery store. My phone buzzed, and the email preview looked harmless enough. I opened the PDF with one shaky thumb and held my breath. I read the first line, and my vision narrowed instantly. Then I read it again, slower, like repetition could change ink. 0% probability of paternity, in clean black letters. Around me, shoppers kept walking like the world was still normal. I didn't rage at first. I felt stupid, like the punchline to a joke. I replayed birthdays, pickups, bedtime stories, searching for what I missed. Her lawyer emailed me like nothing changed, still pushing the increase, telling me to do the right thing. That's when I hired Jennifer, a family lawyer who didn't blink. She glanced at the DNA report and said, we file to terminate support. Then we go after repayment for fraud. Karen went straight to public sympathy. Photos, posts. He's abandoning the child he raised. She never mentioned she lied for 9 years. In court, her attorney argued love mattered more than biology, and I'd accepted paternity. Judge Hayes asked one question that froze the room. Did the mother know or suspect the child might not be his? Karen's side dodged. Jennifer laid out the affair timeline, the DNA, and Karen's demand for more money while hiding the one fact that erased my obligation. 10 days later, Jennifer called. Support was terminated in 30 days, and Karen was ordered to hand over full financial records for a repayment hearing. Karen named the biological father Greg, and his test came back positive. The state went after him for future support. Then Karen got greedy again. My bank flagged activity on an old joint account from the marriage that should have been closed. Someone pulled $8,000 in cash advances and transfers in 3 days. The logins traced back to her apartment, and the signatures didn't match mine. So I filed fraud reports with the bank and the police. The bank confirmed it and referred it for prosecution. By mid-December, she showed up in court with a public defender. Judge Hayes reviewed everything: paternity fraud, stolen money, forged documents, years of deception. When the defense tried desperation, the judge cut him off. Desperation doesn't justify fraud. Karen was ordered to repay $60,000. She got probation for the financial fraud. She lost primary custody pending evaluation, and my kid was placed temporarily with her parents while custody got sorted between her and Greg. The judge told me I could pursue visitation if I wanted. Walking out, I didn't feel triumphant. I felt empty and tired. I loved a child who wasn't mine by blood, and that love was still real. I didn't destroy his life. I stopped letting a lie fund itself, and I can live with whatever name she calls that.